Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Horror Heathen YouTube channel and the South Jersey Horror Podcast. Today, I am sitting down with a very special and honored guest, Michael Bailey Smith, who you all know as Super Freddy and Wes Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street: The Dream Child from 1989. Huge honor for me because not only is this individual known for his appearances on the television series Charmed, where he played Belthazor, a Grimlock leader, and Shax. He will have also he's also appeared in Men in Black 2 as Creepy, and rumor has it you were 82nd Airborne. So much respect for you, sir. I love talking to veterans and getting to know them more because the military connection there is a lot of. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now because I talk too much. So,
Well, thank you,
so
sir.
Super Freddy has joined the podcast.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
welcome to the show, Michael. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. No, things are good. Yeah, I am actually in a couple weeks heading back to Hollywood to go do some stuff. So can't talk about it, but it's something pretty cool. So I can't wait to do that. So, but other than that, things are good. Life's good. I can't ask for, I just got, I'll be celebrating my 1 year anniversary of marriage. I just got remarried and found the love of my life. Pretty cool lady, and we're doing good things. So yeah, life's good. Life's good.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I just got remarried myself back in October. So
Okay, there you go. All right,
so
you're newer than I
yeah.
am. Yeah.
So yeah, but we just got married back in October. Soulmate of my life. So I'm not complaining. She's a very good woman and I love her dearly. So I'd do anything in the world for her. So and she knows that. Um
Cool.
so besides what I mentioned above, you being in Charmed and Men in Black and
And
Super
the Hills
Freddy,
Have Eyes,
the
one
hell
and
yes,
two. I mean, there's Star Trek. I mean, I fought Jean-Claude Van Damme. I've gotten beat up by Urkel. I've had a 30-year career of really some cool stuff. It was a fun ride. Definitely a fun ride. But and just out of the blue, I get this call and it says, "Hey, we want you back for this one movie." And I'm like, "Cool." So I get to go back and have some fun. So it'll be good. It'll be good.
that's awesome. I'm happy for you. I mean, getting back in the
Thanks.
saddle again. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good. You are what we call is a chameleon character, where you could just put in any role and just
Yeah.
deliver it. I mean, holy
Yeah.
shit, man! Super Freddy was like one of my favorite characters of all time.
Well,
So
I have to tell you, that kind of happened by a little bit by accident. I mean, I was I finished, I played college football. I ended up going to the Dallas Cowboys, and I was there long enough to get a drink of water until I hurt my knee. And then they released me, went back to college. I floundered for a while, finally got my stuff together and graduated. And then I chased some girl out to San Diego, thinking that was, but I kind of knew this was going to end. But it was a way for me, an excuse to go out to San Diego, right? So I go out to San Diego, and I'm in there, and that relationship lasted about a month, and so I was just kind of palling around, and I was pretty big then. I'm 6'4". I was probably 290, 285 at about 9% body fat. I kind of had that bodybuilder shape, and so I was training at Gold's Gym there in Pacific Beach, where I had my apartment, and yeah, so I met this guy named Steve Henenberry, who later became an American Gladiator, but he dabbled into Hollywood. He was playing Conan in the live action Conan Adventure Show in Universal. And he says, we befriended each other. And he says, "Hey, I'm going up to Los Angeles to review this movie called Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5. Why don't you come with me?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I'm going to see if I can get off from work." And at the time, my degree was in computer science. And I am not a cubicle guy. I respect anybody who can sit in a cubicle for 8 hours a day and have a career at 30 years or whatever. And so I was debugging software at Xerox. And I asked my boss, I said, "Hey, can I take the day off to go up to Los Angeles?" She goes, "No." And I go, "I'm gonna quit anyway. I'm taking it off anyway." She goes, "You're fired." I said, "Okay, that's fine. Goodbye." So I didn't care. So I hopped in the car. We went up together, and he auditioned, and then I went in and I read. And it was this guy named Stephen Hopkins who later, did all these big movies. He's like, "So, Michael, you've seen some of those Freddy Krueger movies?" And I'm like, "Of course." And he's like, "So, I need something big and loud. It can scare it, could laugh like Freddy Krueger." So I let out this big laugh, and he goes, "That's effing awesome. Guess what? You got yourself a job." And so that's kind of how it happened. And there's a little more to that, but that's kind of how the story, that's the Hollywood version of it. Um, and then about 2 weeks later, I'm up in Los Angeles, sitting in the trailer with Robert Englund, and we're talking about Freddy Krueger, and we're talking about Super Freddy, we're talking about Hollywood, we're talking about life. And I was just in awe because I remember when I was in the military, I was watching, I think it was the military, I think it was. I was sat in the theater by myself watching Nightmare on Elm Street, and I was scared shitless, and now they're, maybe it wasn't then, but anyway. And I remember going, holy crap, this is like really cool that I'm sitting in front of the guy, Robert Englund. And so yeah, so he was super gracious. I just ran into a guy just recently who lives now in New Zealand, and he's worked on all the Lord of the Rings as makeup effects, but he did my makeup effects. And he reminded me that we took Robert Englund's prosthetics and we had to add pieces because I have a lot bigger head than he does, of course. And so yeah, so I did that, and it was just really, really cool. It was really, really cool. So um yeah, and so I just blessed that I got this role. And yeah, good stuff.
To be a part of the franchise and a well-known iconic character in the Dream Child. I mean, that's a huge plus for you. I mean, for anybody, it's a huge plus.
Yeah,
But
I thank you for that. I At the time, and I'm trying to find a picture here for you to show you if I could find it. I hope I can find it. I'll show you a couple pictures. Here's a picture of how big I was. Yeah, this is uh right before the Dallas Cowboys.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's kind of scary. And then I have one more picture. If I have it. Shoot, I have a picture of me somewhere in I don't have it. I can't find it right now. Anyway, uh in the full-on Nightmare on Elm Street Super Freddy outfit, but not the prosthetics yet. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, um they had to piece all these stuff, together, and they made the glove, the glove, my hand's a lot bigger, and so they had to make the glove, and the hat, and just, yeah. And I have to tell you, I had zero acting classes. I didn't know anything about acting. I kind of knew that action meant you need to go, right? Start your whatever you're gonna do. But I have to tell you, I was scared shitless. I was like, holy crap. But what it did, it reminded me of, I love facing fear. I love putting myself in uncomfortable positions. I love getting up in front of people and scared shitless that screw. I just love those kind of things. I want to always test myself. That's why I was in the 82nd Airborne. That's why I walked on at a D1 school and, became preseason All-American. That's why I did all these things, I just try to be fearless. Sometimes it's got me a little bit of trouble, but it's always been good, right? And so when I got in front of the camera and they called action, I was going faster than a monster maniac, more powerful than a local madman. It's Sugar Freddy, right? You did all that, and it's like, holy crap, this is cool, but I'm scared shitless, and so I loved it. That was the moment. I think with that and the graciousness that that Robert extended to me, just really made me want to become an actor. Yeah, so that was really cool, a great thing. So yeah,
I can feel it, the passion, and I love it. Um,
I
I
still
had the
have it. I
pleasure
still
of.
have it, but now I have it in other parts of, and even though I'm not doing the acting thing, 24/7, 90 miles an hour, I do write. I have a screenplay just got optioned, which is really, really cool. And yeah, I just have passion about life. I have passion about my wife. I have passion about my work that I do. I own my own company, which I'm blessed to be able to do and support myself, which is pretty awesome, and I'm highly successful in that. Yeah, just I'm passionate about my kids. I am passionate about everything. So that's how I think the only way you got to live, man. Because this moment right here
Absolutely.
that you and I have, we'll never get. Yeah, we can replay this, but the actual moment we'll never have. We'll never get this back again. These seconds, these minutes are gone forever. And I have to tell you, life is a lot like an hourglass. It really is. When you first turn it over, all the weights and like maybe a couple grains of sand are going slowly to the bottom. But once all the sand gets through there, it goes fast. And I hate to say how old I am, but I'm 67, right? I don't act like it. I don't look like it. Nothing like that. And uh, just make sure that you make the most of the time that you have. Like when you're a young guy, right? You think you got the whole rest of the world ahead of you. Do, but just man, you need to hustle and go after your dreams and make plans and freaking just attack and just go after
That
it, man.
that's
Dude,
I have a plan of attack and I'm working on it. So
good.
yeah, this is my third marriage, man. I mean, it's
Third, okay, it's my second.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
yeah. So
and
good.
like
Well,
I said,
three's a charm, as they say, right? So
absolutely, and I absolutely love the hell of this woman. So
good.
because we both treat each other with much respect, and we feel each other's passions. We have same interests, and ever since we've been together, life has just been one endless journey.
Mm,
So, and it's still going, which is great. I'm 46 years old. I mean, I'm getting to that point where I'm getting ready to settle down. Like I can't go anywhere. But this woman, she happens to find the motivation in me and just drag me out, which I love.
yeah, yeah.
So anyway,
Good.
I can talk about my wife all day because nothing but good
Yeah,
things about her.
as you should.
So, but so I actually had the pleasure of meeting Robert Englund at Monster Mania before,
Okay.
and he's such a wonderful person. I mean, what it was, they did a private signing for him, and I happened to bring my Freddy glove with me. It's like the actual metal Freddy glove, and so I brought it in. I told the security guys like, "Is this okay to have?" Because it had the fingers were made of metal. So he's like, "Yeah, we'll give it a shot." And then he's like, "How would you feel if Robert England wore your glove for photo shoots all weekend?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's do it, man." So Robert put the glove on. He was like, "Oh yeah, this is actually great." So he wore the glove the entire weekend for the photo shoots. He signed it for free. Wonderful guy. So I mean, I
That's
have it in a
good.
glass case. It's not going anywhere.
That's good. That's good. That's
But
good.
yeah, but a Nightmare on Elm Street franchise is a very popular franchise. It's just like Halloween and Friday the 13th. But I think even though I'm a huge Michael Myers fan, I don't give a shit. Freddy Krueger is like going to be one of my all-time favorite characters of all time. So anyway, what was it like to be on set for that scene in this I guess it's called the comic book scene
Yeah, yeah.
where you fight that one
It,
guy. So
it was good. That was the Masked Marauder. That's Joe Seeley. Actually, is the actor. Really great guy. He and I still can't stay in contact. But no, he's the. It was great. Again, I was a kid in a candy store. First time on a set. First time, you know, taking this all in. Like a lot of actors, and I still to this day when I am working on a movie or a TV show, I'm hardly ever on my trailer. I'm on the set. I love just give me a chair and let me sit there and just watch movies being made. I love, lighting, grips, everybody, electric, everybody and their brother is working as a team to set up a shot, right? And I just love it. So on the day, it was, when I did that scene, and we had to do it a couple times. I was there for a couple days. Um, Interesting fact that happened, a little tidbit here, a couple things. One is there's a lightning bolt across my chest on my outfit. That wasn't supposed to be there. So what actually happened was that you watch the movie, there's squibs that go off underneath my shirt, right? Well, it caught on fire. It caught my shirt on fire. And they only had one copy of it, the shirt, and they were freaking out. So someone came up with an idea is putting a lightning bolt across it. And so that's how it covered up the holes where the squibs caught my shirt on fire. So yeah, so listen, first time acting, not only do I have to walk, not have to talk, but I have to also kind of react to the squibs being bounced off. I mean, come on. That's a lot to handle in your first your first outing as an actor. But I got into union that way. It was really great. So yeah, it was good. And uh maybe you know this or maybe you don't know this, but I also played another role in that movie.
No, what's up? What else did you play?
You have no idea?
I do not. I mean, I'm a huge horror nerd, but I love getting information about anything I can get.
Okay. So I'm standing there. I think it was on the last day of doing Super Freddy, whatever it was, I'm doing that. And I'm standing there and I look over and I see the director and the casting director like talking, 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 and look over at me, more talking, talking, talking. And they look over at me. I'm like, oh crap, am I in trouble? Do I suck that bad? All these things go through your head. And finally they go, the director walks up and goes, hey, Michael, we're thinking about using you for a love scene. And I'm like, what? As Super Freddy? And she goes, no, no, no. So at the beginning of the film, there is the two lead actors. They're making love. It's the super, it's Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Child. Well, needs to be a baby coming from somewhere. And so they needed a body double for, uh, I forgot his name. Great guy. Anyway, Army Ranger, great guy. Uh, but even for him. And so they needed someone with a muscular back. And that was me. So when I finished Super Freddy, I had a day, I think day and a half of rolling around, in a bed with this gal, body double of her in a loincloth, flesh colored, and her with a like loincloth thing, her, but she was topless in the bed, and there's like 50 people around
Hmm.
you filming. So yeah, so that's what we did. It was not sexy whatsoever. Trust me. There was nothing going on there that was sexy. If anything, there was a lot of shrinkage going on because there's like 5 billion people there. So all good.
Oh, that's awkward for you probably. I mean,
Yeah. It was good though. It was good. It was a great experience. And then just kind of, welcome to Hollywood. And then that's kind of what happened, right? So yeah.
eh, the army logo, right? Or like the be all you could be.
Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty
So,
much. Pretty much.
so the makeup for Super Freddy looks amazing, and you mentioned how the prosthetic was made bigger for your head because you unfortunately get a bigger head than Robert England. So, what can you tell
That's a
us about the
good
makeup
thing.
and special effects process? I mean, how long did it take for all that stuff to get ready?
Well, normally, I mean, if you're doing it for the first time, it takes probably close to 4 hours. No matter like when I did Charmed, The Hills Have Eyes, or whatever, I did Babylon 5. Did tons of different things where I had to wear some type of prosthetics. It normally takes a while, and a lot of times you have to go in advance to get like pre-fitted and things like that. But for this, it was like there was no advance and nothing. I just showed up, and then the makeup effects people had to try to figure it out. So again, they took Robert England's prosthetics, put them on me, and overlaid it on my face, and then added in different pieces and used makeup to cover up the rest, and that's what they did. So yeah, it was pretty standard after that. So yeah,
So, it's been 9 hours in a chair, like everyone else.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's the thing when you do roles like that, like when I did Charm for 2 years, or when you do Hills of Eyes, you're the first one there and the last one to leave. Always, just that's just how it is. You're there before it's just you and the makeup crew. Like KMB was the makeup effects artist for the Hills 1 and 2, which I did. And yeah, they're just the first ones there on the set, and then you're there with them. The sun's barely showing, and you're there before anybody. And then, maybe first shot's probably going to be like 9 o'clock or 10, and you're there at 5 a.m. in the morning, right? So that's how it is. But nice thing about it, you get a lot of overtime, right? So it's kind of nice. So
Overtimes, overpay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So, if you were to ask to come back as Super Freddy, would you do it?
Yeah, but give me a few months so I can get in shape, better shape. So right now, yeah, I'm just lean. I'm leaning out. I'm about 248, so yeah, I'm leaned out a little bit. I can't be
I'm
big dude anymore.
well, if they bring like a bodysuit in, maybe they can bring you back in and you look all
I
buff and shit. I mean,
maybe, but I, how that is. I don't like using that. So, but yeah, I guess so.
but there can be only one Super Freddy, and that's you. So they can't choose
That's
anyone else to do
true.
it.
There's only
It
one.
wouldn't
I
be.
And before the other guy that played Freddy, the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, the other version of it, I was the only other person that ever played Freddy Krueger besides Robert Englund. So kind of cool.
It is. I mean, put that in your resume, man. Just like screw you guys. I mean, no one else can do it but me.
Yeah, my business resume. Yeah, that'll work. So yeah.
So, out of all the characters you have played in the past, whether it be Charmed, Hills Have Eyes, um, Nightmare on Elm Street, which one was your favorite?
Okay, so let's split it up. Are we talking with or without prosthetics?
With prosthetics, with the
Okay,
makeup,
different story. Because I've done a lot of things without prosthetics. Like I said, I'm just a regular actor. So, um, let me see. I loved Hills Have Eyes. I loved the character Pluto. And the reason why I really liked that a lot is he was very diverse in his emotions. It was an emotional, nice roller coaster. He was incredibly violent and vicious to being a little gentle baby. Like if you've seen The Hills Have Eyes, I don't know if you have, but the trailer scene is super, super intense. It's where I go in and I try to, and unfortunately, I try to rape one girl, and because I'm don't know how to do it or anything like that, it's just basically a big mess. And then Robert Joy, who plays Lizard, he comes in, knocks me off, and said, "I'm going to show you how to do it," whatever. And then I get upset, and I'm pounding the wall, and I bust my hand through some stuff, and I all of a sudden I hear this baby crying. And I turn around and there's like a little baby. And in the actual shot, it was a real baby. The greatest baby ever. I mean, the coolest demeanor, whatever. And so I went from being fully enraged to being like being this guy going, just doing all these things like that, right? And it was just really, really great to be able to have that kind of range. I think that was cool. Charmed, of course, like the Shax character was really cool. And Belthazor, of course, is a classic, really good. There's a movie that I did that's really hard to find, but a great movie. It's called Monster Man, where I play a character, and I'm going to say a bad word. His character's name is Fuckface, and he is really, really cool. So I drive a monster truck and run people over. And it's really, I walk with a little bit of a hitch in my giddy up, in my walk. And, uh, and I kind of do this kind of messed up breathing, when I talk, kind of situation. And so it was really cool. That was fun. That was a fun role. That was an audition when I went and go read for the director named Michael Davis. That was the only time ever after I done finished reading, the director got up and hugged me. He said, "You're perfect. I don't need to. I need. I have to see other people, but I don't need to see anybody. You're it. You're the guy." So I come up with a walk and a breathing and a whole situation. I really put a lot. I love playing different types of characters. I love making them distinct from the next one. So that's really really good stuff. So yeah. So yeah.
so Pluto's your favorite one. I get it. I mean, it seemed like a bit challenging for anyone to play all these different types of characters. So, what would you say was the most challenging one that you've done?
I definitely say Pluto. The conditions were hard. It was 100 and between 100 and 120 every day, out in the desert. You had to wear the prosthetics all day, and when it was that hot, the glue between you and the prosthetic sometimes comes off. I'm not a big sweater, so I'm actually pretty good. And I have pretty good facial structure for wearing prosthetics. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's good. It was just Yeah. So the elements were hard, but well worth it. Well worth it. And I got to meet some great people, man. That Hills Have Eyes had a great cast. Kathleen Quinlan, the guy that played Bob, in Silence of the Lambs. I forgot the guy's name. Great actor. I mean, Robert Joy, great actor. I mean, everybody. Aaron Stanford, great actor. Everybody was just really great, just phenomenal. Everybody was. I was just blessed to be a part of it. So it was really good.
It's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Uh, Again, thank you for everything, man, because that was just awesome to hear. So, what I love helping promoting people's businesses, and you want to talk about your wife's business. So, lay it on me. What can I do? What's it all about?
Yeah. So my wife's business, it's pretty simple. She has solved a problem that everybody has. Okay. It's an everyday problem that everyone has. Everybody washes their clothes, right? And when you wash your clothes, sometimes your clothes shrink. It could be your favorite pair of jeans. It could be a sweater. It could be a shirt, a t-shirt. Maybe you put a little too much around the waist and you need to expand the width of your shirt. It could be your sleeves are too short. So let me tell you a little bit about this story. I've known her for 3 years, and we just got married last April. And when I met her, I was living in Dallas. I had gotten divorced. I was divorced for about a year or so. I met her at an event, and then I eventually started. She was living in Northwest Arkansas, where I live now, in Rogers area, and so when I eventually moved up there and we moved in together, she had this thing on the back of the door, and you can see right there that thing right there, my finger. It's called the inseam saver. So every woman went through this experience, right? Either with their daughters or with a friend or themselves. Your jeans shrunk, you're freaking out, you want to wear them, and you end up standing on them, right? Or you end up pulling on each other and let's stretch them as hard as you can. And you can hear the inseam snap. Well, that's how she come up with the name, the inseam saver. So what happened was she come up with this device that's sitting right there on the back, installs on the back of any interior door, takes less than a minute to install. You pull the jeans or the shirt or whatever that shrunk from the wash, and you put it on the inseam saver, and you stretch it, and you let it dry. It works, and it stays. There's nothing else in the market like it. She's got 4 patents wrapped around it, and so she's launched this about a month and a half ago. It's selling really well, and you can go to it. And if I can you don't mind sharing my screen, I'm going to do this real quick.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I sent you a request to share it. Let me see.
Okay.
You have to let me share.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the website. So clothes shrunk from the wash, and then here's a before and after. Before and after. Look at that. That's a
Nice.
pair of
Very nice.
pants,
Yeah.
and look like how that returns it back to the original length. So here's the product itself, and installs on a door. And then what I did, I used some of my movie magic and I put together this little video. I don't know if you can hear this. Tell me if you can hear this.
In a world where
Yep.
clothes shrinkage
Okay,
plagues
let's play that.
mankind, the only solution that will save you is
What's wrong?
My new jeans shrunk from the wash.
Not again. Pull harder. I'm not wasting $160 on another pair of jeans. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Paige. Stay calm and use your inseam saver. Taking just a minute to set up, Inseam Saver can restore, maintain, and even add length or width to any stretchable fabric like jeans, yoga pants, shirts, sweaters, and even delicates.
Whoa.
Just wash, stretch, and let dry. It's that easy.
Wow. They're like new. Thank you.
Remember to use your Inseam Saver. Fix your shrinkage and save a bundle.
Anyway, so so that's it. Let me stop the share. But that's it. So it's at n-seamsaver.com. It's only $39.95 for it. And trust me, think about it. A pair of jeans costs at least what, $50 to $100 per pair of
Yep.
jeans. You get your money back instead of throwing them away or whatever, right? Or donating to the donation bin. You can save them. Same thing with a shirt, a sweater, whatever it is. It's really remarkable thing that no one's ever done. And when I saw this, I said, "Hey, we need to commercialize this," and so that's what we've done. I for that little video, I wrote it, edited it, did all the sound design, all the music, and yeah, and animation. We hired an animation team to do it. But anyway, beautiful. I mean, it's a great product, and yeah, it's doing really well, and yeah, it's really good. So good stuff. Thank you.
That looks great. And
Thanks for
Yeah.
allowing me to pitch that.
absolutely, I mean, I love sharing. I love help promoting whatever I can, wherever I can. Unfortunately, we're getting low on time, and I wish we had more time to talk about you and your awesome career. I mean, you're such a diverse actor, and you're phenomenal. So
Well, thank you. I
you've
appreciate those kind words. Thank you.
and you're the chameleon actor, which means you can put you in any role, and you delivered Super Freddy, and I'm super glad I got to talk to you about it.
Thank you, sir. It was a blessing.
And
Blessing for sure.
and again, I wish you nothing but the best of luck in your future and career, your wife's business of all things. Absolutely. That looks amazing. I'm definitely gonna put that in the video and share the hell out of that. So,
Good. Thank you.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the wonderful, the talented, the awesome 82nd Airborne veteran, Michael Bailey Smith.
All the way, sir.
Fucking HOOAH. All right, you can watch it and check out the video for the inseam saver. It looks really amazing. It looks like an amazing product, and I can see it happening all over the world. So it's gonna be great.
Thank you.
And again, I will hopefully definitely get to see you again on the big screen.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Honor is pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you too. Thanks for the time and thank you for your service, man. Twice.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. What do you like better, the Army or the Navy?
Believe it or not, I like the Army a lot better.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Sit on a boat all day is not fun, most likely.
And that's all the time we have. Thank you so much again, and take care.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye.